the first episode of the Table to TV podcast, where we talk all things gaming, from tabletop games to video games to PC games, retro to modern. I am Justin, and this is my daughter and co-host Xavia. How are you doing today, Xavia?
I'm good.
So, are you ready to do this again?
Yeah.
Because our first attempt at this episode, we tried to do it just through my phone, and we were doing it on Twitch Mobile, and even though I made sure the mic was unmuted, it was muted. So we did this whole episode already, once before, but it was muted. So this is take two. So today we are going to talk about Ocarina of Time, because Xavia recently beat it about a month or so ago, and I want to hear her opinions on it as a child who grew up with modern gaming playing retro game for once. So, how was that? How was the transition from going from playing something like Breath of the Wild on the Nintendo Switch to playing something a little bit more clunky controls like Ocarina of Time?
It was cool, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure I tried Ocarina of Time before I tried Breath of the Wild, because when we had our Nintendo 64, we had that game.
Yeah. Yeah, but you never finished it. You just played it little bits here and there, but now you've played through the whole game.
And now we also need to be Kirby 64 and Mario 64.
Yeah, the Nintendo Switch has been really great for the retro gaming because of the Super Nintendo titles that are on there and the N64 titles that are on there with the Nintendo Switch Online account. So, was it difficult for you, though, going from a more fluid control system to something like the Nintendo 64?
Mostly like moving my camera around.
Right.
Like around my character, because I had to use the C-stick, and the C-stick really just moved Link.
Yeah, and then you had to push the Z button to center the camera behind Link.
Yeah. And then, like, if I just held it down, we could go faster by walking backwards.
Yeah, that's right, because for some reason Link walks faster backwards than he does forwards in that game.
You actually walk backwards faster than you walk forwards in real life, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Now, anytime you want to get somewhere fast, just turn around and start walking backwards.
Yeah, turn around backwards to where you're going, hold your Z button that's built in on your body, and just get that widescreen shot that it does, and then just walk backwards and you'll get places faster.
Yep.
So, what was your favorite part of the game?
When we made that Guru guy dance with Saria's song.
Oh, the Goron guy.
Goron guy. I don't care.
You should care. The Gerudus are the desert people.
I don't care. I don't care. They also live in a desert.
No, they live in the mountain.
Yeah, it looks like a desert. It looks like a dying desert.
Well, it's a volcano, really. But yeah, you were talking about Darunia playing Saria's song, and he was dancing like a wild man. What was your least favorite part of the game?
Ganon throwing up on me.
Yes, the green blood. Because in old Nintendo games, and I don't know if they still do it today, I think they avoid having blood at all, but Nintendo back in the day wanted to make sure all the titles were like rated E for everyone, so they changed the blood color from red to green. They also did it in Mortal Kombat.
And now they have PG-13 stuff.
Yeah, they do from time to time. What was your favorite part of like the story, though? Like, is there any one point of the plot that sticks with you more than the others?
Pulling out the Master Sword.
Oh, for the first time?
Yeah.
I actually got a video of you doing that, and it's on our TikTok.
Oh.
Which is...
Why did you post the one of me complaining that Ganon threw up on me?
I did post that one as well.
Oh.
But yeah, on our... I started a TikTok for this podcast. It's the same title, Table to TV. It's only got like 6 followers at the time of this recording, but we're going to get there. But yeah, I put that on out there. You looked so mad when you pulled out that Master Sword, and then all of a sudden, Ganondorf's standing there taunting you. You look so angry. A lot of people's like oh my god moment was the realization that Sheik is actually Zelda. But you've played a lot of Smash Brothers, so
I,
that's no
yeah.
surprise to you.
Yeah, you probably should have introduced me to Ocarina of Time before you introduced me to Smash 64.
Yeah, probably.
Cause that was how I knew.
Yeah. Wait, was Zelda in Smash 64?
I think Sheik was, and Sheik transformed into Zelda.
I can't remember.
Zelda herself wasn't, but Sheik was, and Sheik turned into Zelda.
I don't think that's right. I think Zelda was in Melee.
Well, we never had Melee.
We've played it before though,
I don't remember that.
and also Brawl. I think because
I think we have Brawl, but we can't play it.
I could be mistaken. I can't remember if Zelda was in the original Smash or not. Because I know there was Mario, Luigi, Fox, Link, Ness, Pikachu, Kirby. I can't remember who was. Anyway, I don't remember. But yeah. Anyway, you already knew that Sheik and Zelda were the same person, so that's a lot of people's most memorable moment. But like you already knew that, so it was like, well, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So how about the music?
I like the Nocturne of Shadow. That was my favorite one.
Yeah. Was that your favorite dungeon too? The Shadow Temple?
No, my favorite dungeon was the Spirit Temple.
All right, because you got to be a kid in part of it, and you have to be an adult in the other part.
It was either the Spirit. No, it was Forest Temple.
Oh, you like the Forest Temple?
Yeah, I like the Forest Temple and the Spirit Temple, but I like the Forest Temple more.
What was your favorite part of the Forest Temple?
Finally figuring out an easier way to defeat Phantom Ganon.
All right.
Cause like he just rides across from these things, and I'm like, okay, well if I stand in a corner and just shoot at the center.
Right. Yeah. Instead of trying to figure out which painting he's about to come out of.
Yeah, and then he got on this weird broomstick thing, and he turned into a witch.
Oh, that was his spear.
Oh.
Like he got off of his horse and he was floating around, and he had like this lance or javelin or something like that.
Well, he looked like a witch riding on it.
I think my favorite song from that game is probably the Song of Storms, as far as like the songs that you play on the ocarina. But my favorite like environmental song is probably the Gerudo Valley.
My favorite environmental song is the song that plays when we're going through the tunnels of the Forest Temple.
Oh, which is Sorry's song.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But it's the full version.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I had some other. What was your favorite enemy, but not boss? What was your favorite bad guy that's not a boss? Mini bosses count. Like you could say a mini boss.
I'm just trying to think of one.
So,
the lizard guys.
Oh, the Lizalfos.
Yeah, the lizard guys.
You like those guys?
Yeah, the lizard guy and the pose. The pose are just like tiny little balls of blackness. They look like Meta Knight, but wearing a cloak and a hat.
Yeah, kinda. What about Dead Hand?
Don't like him.
You don't like Dead Hand? No. Is he scary?
Yeah.
What about the Redeads?
Don't like them.
You don't like the Redeads either?
No, they jump on your face. They're so annoying, and whenever they scream, they freeze you.
Yeah.
Oh. And then you just kill their friend. They walk over there dramatically, sit down by their body, just.
Yeah, if you kill two Redeads close enough to each, if you kill a Redead close enough to another Redead, they'll go like mourn the loss of their companion if they can walk over there fast enough to do it. Yeah, it's actually kind of sad.
Yeah.
Like they missed their friend and you just killed their friend.
I know, but at the same time they jump on you and try to eat your face off.
Fair enough. Did you have a favorite item in the game?
The light arrows?
The light arrows?
Did we ever get another arrow?
Well, we ended up getting the fire and the light arrows, but there are ice arrows. We just didn't get them in that playthrough.
Well, they probably don't matter anyways.
No. You have to beat the Gerudo training grounds to get the ice arrows, and that's completely optional. And we just didn't do it.
Yeah, okay. Did we even try it?
No, I don't think so. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever beaten it
Well,
because I always just skip it.
well, if
I've
we're
never
gonna,
beaten Ocarina of Time 100%.
well, if we replay the game, then I want to try that and see what it's about.
Okay. Well, I mean, we could always just load up our file of Zelda
True.
and that we've already beaten and go check it out.
Yeah, but wouldn't it put us back right before I beat Ganon?
Yeah, but we could just leave and go to the trading grounds.
Oh, we'd have to go through the town again, but yeah.
I think my favorite item is the hook shot. I really like the hook shot a lot.
I didn't like it because you could only use it on certain places.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been a lot more helpful if you could just, like, use it to get up to places that you need to get up to.
Right. Did you have a favorite character other than, like, Link?
Link wasn't really even my favorite. Until he turned into an adult and then he got an ear piercing.
Yeah. Somehow Link gets clothes that magically fits him and somebody puts tights on him and pierces his ear while he's unconscious for 7 years. It's
Yep.
kind of creepy.
My favorite character is probably that kid that had Epona.
Oh, Malin.
Yeah.
She's a fan favorite. She a lot of people think that should be Link's girlfriend.
Well, I mean, his father literally asked Link if he wanted to marry her.
Yeah. I don't think they're. I kind of buy into that. Like, I could see Link and Malin, like, being in a relationship, but, like, maybe not Zelda so much.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I grew up with the cartoon, and the cartoon isn't, like, canon or anything, but, like, Link's always trying to get a kiss from Zelda, and it just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's supposed to be, like, her bodyguard, not her boyfriend, you know?
Yeah.
And in, like, Breath of the Wild, he is just straight up bodyguard. But I guess it depends on the game, too, because in, like, Skyward Sword, which you haven't played yet, there seems to be a romantic relationship between Link and Zelda, but Zelda's not royalty at that point in time, either.
Mm.
She's just, like, another kid, you know? Another teenager.
Yeah.
What was your favorite boss battle?
Phantom Ganon.
Phantom Ganon? I think my favorite boss battle is probably... I like
Phantom Ganon and Ganon were cool. They had almost the same exact fighting style.
Yeah.
So they were basically the same exact boss.
Kinda, yeah. I think my favorite boss fight is probably King Dodongo. I like that you have to, like, you fall down that hole, and then there's, like, lava in the middle of the floor, and this giant dinosaur guy that breathes fire, you gotta throw bombs into his mouth. I thought that was cool. I think he might be
that
my
guy.
favorite.
That
guy. Which boss did you hate the most?
Probably those witches.
Oh, Twin Rova?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of annoying because, like, you gotta be lined up perfectly to reflect the shots.
Yeah, and then if you're not turned around in time and they start their attack, then you're just hit.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how far away from the attack you get, it seems like you're still hit.
Sometime I'm gonna have to show you the Twin Rova fight in the Oracle games because they're even harder.
Oh.
Because it's a Game Boy Color game.
Oh.
You have to fight Twin Rova and Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages when you combine the two games together with a password.
Oh.
So a lot of people think that this is like the best Zelda game of all time. What do you think?
I haven't played many other Zelda games. It's a good game, but I wouldn't say it's the best until I played more.
Right. You played a little bit of Breath of the Wild, but you didn't get very far. And I'm pretty sure I think I've seen you try out Link to the Past. I think I saw you playing that on the emulator once.
No, I played that on our Super Nintendo when we had it.
Oh, right. When we actually had an actual Super Nintendo.
Or no, did we have did we have that on the Nintendo 64?
No, Link to the Past was Super Nintendo.
We had some other Link game except for Ocarina of Time on the 64.
We had Majora's Mask.
Oh, we also have Majora's Mask for the DS.
Yeah.
Didn't you sell that one though?
No, it's lost with wherever the 3DS is.
Oh,
It's come up missing.
with all the rest of the 3DS games.
Yeah. We're still trying to find those.
Yeah, I need to completely finish Pokemon Sun. I think I got past the Elite 5, as I now decide to call it.
Right.
Because after you beat the Elite 4, there's always a fifth one.
Right.
It's always your rival or your teacher. Like in Sun, it was your teacher, and I think in Fire Red, it was your rival.
Right. Let's see. Is there anything else? All right. Back to my original question. Out of the Zelda games that you have played, which one do you think was probably the best one for you personally, as far as like actually playing it and the control feel and all of that?
Ocarina of Time.
Really, you like Ocarina of Time better than Breath of the Wild, even?
Well, I mean, I haven't finished Breath of the Wild, and I'm kind of stuck in this one village where I'm trying to find this fairy for this dude, but he won't follow me to the fairy.
Oh.
And I can't figure out how to take a picture of it for him.
I see. Yeah, you gotta use your Sheikah Slate.
Yeah, I did that, and then I walked up to him, and he's like, "Oh, will you go find this fairy for me?" I walk halfway up the mountain with him. I can't go anymore. You go on without me and just take the picture and show me. I go over there, take the picture, walk back, and he's not even where I left him.
Wow. I don't think I had that issue.
He's not where I left him. He's back at his original spawn point, and it just restarts the quest.
Right. Did you have a favorite like location in the game? Like a town or a specific like area in the game that you like the most?
Probably the field.
Yeah, Hyrule Field?
Yeah.
There's a lot of nothing out there though.
That's the point.
There's just nobody out there. There's one guy, the Running Man's out there. Do you remember him?
Oh yeah, he's the guy that I gave the bunny hat to.
Yeah.
That the mask guy for some reason called a mask.
Right. Yeah, I think he's the last person in the mask trading sequence. Were there any moments in the game where you were just like laughing really hard at it? Like, did anything in the game just like be really, really funny to you?
I don't think so.
Because there are a few moments in that game where, like for me, the part that I think is the funniest is when you finish Lord Jabu Jabu and you're talking to Princess Ruto outside and she's trying to make you marry her.
Oh yeah.
Like that was funny to me because they're like standing on a log or something and she gets right up in his face and then he like falls off into the water.
And then you find her later. I'm so glad you're my husband.
She was mad.
Oh.
She was mad. Like,
yeah.
She was mad that you made her wait for 7 years.
Well, it's not my fault that I got put to sleep for 7 years.
Yeah, we met up with her in the water temple. Speaking of the water temple, what did you think of the water temple?
Hard.
Yeah. Everybody thinks the water temple is the worst because of the raising and the lowering of the water levels, and Shadow Link is kind of hard.
Shadow Link wasn't that hard for me.
It wasn't?
No, I think he only killed me once, and then I got it.
Right. What method did you end up using to beat him?
Literally, all I did was run away from him and hit him when he wasn't paying any attention to me.
Oh. I know some people like to use the Megaton Hammer against him, but I could never get that to work.
Yeah, I didn't get it to work either, so I just ended up using my sword.
Yeah. Plus, I think, like, when you fought him the first time, you had full hearts, which means he had full hearts. And then when you went back again, you probably didn't end up filling your hearts back up, so you probably only had 3. Because anytime that you continue and you come back into the dungeon, it only gives you 3 hearts. So you probably fought the second time and got him because he only had 3 hearts.
Probably.
Um,
No, I think I left the battle. No, you can't leave that battle. No, I probably just didn't have full hearts at the start of that battle, and then died and came back with even less hearts than that, and came back with 3 hearts, and that's how I got it. Cause like after fighting him the first time, I knew what to do.
right.
I knew that I had to stay away from him mostly.
Did you have a tough time the with the hook shots going up the elevator things? There was a waterfall.
Oh yeah.
And all the
it was it was hard, but it wasn't hard. It like you had to know how to do it.
right.
I think you did that for me.
Do you think that you would have had an easier time playing that game if we had a Nintendo 64 controller versus using the GameCube controller?
Probably.
Because I don't really much care for the C sticks for that game. I rather have C buttons for that game.
Yeah.
Because like I would always try to like fire my arrow, but then like the thumbstick would click in a weird way.
Yeah, I know. And like it happened all the time with the slingshot. I would try to use it, and then it would switch to my boomerang.
Yeah. So maybe we should buy the either a Nintendo 64 controller and an adapter, or maybe we should try to buy the Nintendo 64 wireless controller that they made for the Switch.
We should probably do the second one.
Yeah, maybe. To me, it feels like there's a little bit of a delay there in the inputs too. Did you notice that any?
Yeah, the jumps are a bit delayed.
Yeah, like it seems like there's like maybe they didn't emulate the game so well or something. Because like when I played it when I was your age, I didn't feel like a lot of the spots that I had trouble with. I had a lot of trouble with like the volleying back and forth with Ganondorf to the energy ball. I never had an issue with that when I played on N64 on an old CRT, but playing on the Nintendo Switch, it was like off. Like you had to swing like early.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah, you had to swing early, otherwise it didn't hit.
So I think that there's some extra latency or something playing it on the Switch. When we had it on the 3DS, did you ever play it?
No.
You didn't play it when
I
we had
think
it?
I tried Majora's Mask once and couldn't figure it out because you had already gotten mostly through the game or already beaten it.
Right. Well, we're going to be playing Majora's Mask here soon, and that one we could probably do on Twitch if you want.
Okay.
Because I don't know how we'll do it though, because I gave away my capture card. So if we want to stream that game, we'll figure out a way to do it. I could probably get Carl to loan me the capture card or something.
Yeah.
So if you were going to rate this game 1 out of 10, what would you give it?
9.5, because some parts I was frustrated with.
Do you remember what parts exactly were frustrating? Like the most frustrating parts?
Probably the most frustrating part, in my opinion, was was those hand things that would drop off the ceiling.
Oh, the floor masters?
Yeah.
Or the wall masters, whichever. I think they're both in the game, and like one of them only takes you back to the beginning, and then the other one, like if it misses you, you can fight it, and I always get them confused. I think one's a floor master and one's a wall master, and I always get them mixed up because they're essentially the same enemy.
Yeah.
Only
one splits into a bunch of babies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And did you get like any sense of like exploration, or like did you feel like you were in that world when you were playing that game? Was the game good enough to completely draw you in and you felt like you were part of it?
Some parts were.
Okay. Because like when I played this game at your age, um, which I might have been a little younger than you actually. I think this game came out in 1998, I believe. So I would have been like 7 years old, I believe. That sounds right. So like to me, like I grew up with old school Nintendo and Super Nintendo. So turning on Zelda for the first time, it felt like the world was real. And I guess I'm just kind of curious of since you started off playing, you played Super Nintendo games and such when you were a kid too, but
Yeah, but
you,
those two were mine. Super Nintendo games were mostly Kirby All Stars and Mario Superstar, or
right,
whichever.
right. I guess what I'm trying to get at with this is that since your most of your gaming life was in modern gaming with better graphics and stuff, did Ocarina of Time still draw you into it, even though it was really low resolution polygons and bad frame rates and stuff? Did it still draw you into the game?
Once I started to understand it, yes.
Okay, well that's good. So like, Ocarina of Time is still worth playing today, then, in your opinion?
Yeah.
And it still gives you that sense of escape.
Yeah.
And you would play it again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all I got for this. Do you have any other things you want to say about it?
No.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode. Xavier did a good job. We're going to be doing more podcasts like this, but it's not all going to be Zelda related. It's just this is the first. I think this is the first retro game you've ever beaten, if I'm not mistaken. Well, no, you beat Kirby All Stars or Superstars.
I beat Kirby Superstars so many times.
Yeah, but
Like just over and over and over. I don't think you ever got to fight Meta Knight in that one.
no, I think you get a B Meta Knight in that one.
No, you run away from Meta Knight with a wheel ability, or you're riding on a wheel or something.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It's been too long. It's been a long time since you played it too, but maybe we'll revisit that game and maybe we'll do an episode of the podcast about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for us. If you want to find us, follow Justin Pollitt on Twitch. Because I do all of my live stuff from the same account. So as far as my Twitch is concerned, you're gonna find my personal stuff for like my music channel and stuff on there. But you're also gonna find this podcast and other tidbits. Honestly, I use Twitch for recording purposes because it's easy to just go back and just download the stream and make edits from there. We have a TikTok, as I mentioned earlier. It's Table to TV. Follow us on there for clips and other stuff. We've got a few videos on there. I'm gonna be working on that a little bit more. I'm also working on the Discord. I will put that in the Twitch description later today. And you can't find Xavia because Xavia is not on social media as far as I know.
I'm not.
You're not? Because she doesn't need to be doing that stuff yet. Everything that she does online, I pretty well supervise. Honestly, she probably won't even see the comments or anything of the live streams or TikTok videos or anything without me screening them first anyway. But anyway, that's it for us. And we will see you on the next episode, which I don't know when it's going to be yet, but it will be happening. So do you want to say goodbye to the people?
Bye.
Just bye?
Yeah.
You don't want to have a catchphrase?
No.
All right, then. See you guys later.